Exciting. Yes, and you are, I'm assuming our volume's coming through okay, right? We didn't ask. If you can't hear either Julie or I, just type it in the box and I'll know that the audio is not coming through well. We don't have a monitor in here, so we wouldn't know. We'd get a lot of echo. Hello, Dixie in Northern California, and Rob is hanging out. Rob and Val in South Dakota.
Right, I see Lynn in Ontario, Canada.
Well, the exciting thing here, thanks, Charlie. All right, good.
Oh, Bob says we hear you.
Okay,
thanks
so
a lot.
you know what I'm going to do is go ahead and we're going to get started now. The exciting thing about this, like Julie, like what you were saying, we've put so much into what we've created for you today. I mean, this is our passion, and this is going to be time well spent. I'll put it that way. We have crammed in so much knowledge into this, and we have so much to share that we can't wait to get started here.
Absolutely not.
So let's do it. How to make your healthy resolutions stick, because we've all been there. I mean, how many of us 3 months into the new year look back and wonder, what was my resolution again? As we're so excited at the beginning, right? And then what happens?
Well, then we fall off the wagon because we don't know what to do to make it a habit, to make it stick.
Oh, and I wanted you to keep in mind there is a free gift. We're going to provide you with our Clear Skin and Bright Eye program free. Stay till the end of the webinar, and you'll get a link to get that. It's a liver detox program, and it's absolutely free.
And you've given that out before, and people love it.
Just some workshop tips if you didn't see the video before you came in the room. Remember to turn off your TV, cell phone, etc. for the next hour or so. You're going to want to stay focused on what we're going to share with you. Trust me, it's going to be worth your while.
And we're closing the chat room now that you've all told us or started to tell us where you're from until after the presentation. But once the presentation is over, we're going to open it back up and we're going to take your questions.
Right. And I think I did mute that, Julie. I'm not positive. It might actually stay open. So, but I've got it muted on my end. So, but we'll be opening for questions later. But like we said earlier, grab a notepad and pen. Again, there's some life-changing information coming your way, and can almost guarantee that.
Right, and we put together, as Steve said, an incredibly content-rich webinar with the best of the best tools to accomplish your goals. And we're also going to be making a special offer for you at the end that can assist you on your path.
Okay, so let's talk about what you'll find out on this webinar. We're going to show you why juicing should be included in your resolution for the new year, your healthy resolution if it's not, and we're going to explain why, because we're going to give you the top kick-ass reasons to juice.
We're also going to give you the most recent science to back up the benefits of juicing. So not only will you know the why, you're going to know the why with the science.
And we're also going to, like the reason you signed up, we're going to give you the Jet mind tricks to make your healthy resolutions stick this year and for good. Because once you learn this, you're going to have these tools in your what would you call it?
In your arsenal.
What was that?
Your arsenal.
Your arsenal. Okay, that's what I meant to say. But first about us, and I don't know how you came here, if you followed my work before, or I've done a lot on the internet in the last 10 years. So we're going to talk a little about our background and why we're doing what we're doing, just so you know. Before I skip to that, I mean, here I am in my late 40s, I can say at this point. I'm in really good shape. I have a lot of energy, vibrancy, so much to get me through the day, to get everything done, to be with my family, to work on my business, to maintain my relationships. And, it wasn't always that way, because by the time I got out of college, now this picture I was in my early 20s. I was overweight, out of shape. By the time I reached the top of a flight of stairs, I was panting. I was smoking over a pack of cigarettes a day. Really, my life wasn't what I wanted it to be. I couldn't find a healthy relationship. I was depressed. And it wasn't until I found the power of juicing and started making better food choices, but it was juicing that really ignited my journey towards what I'm doing now. And it's why I'm more vibrant, more alive, and living the life I'm living now. I've been spreading this message for the last 10 years, starting with Raw Vegan Radio. I don't know if anybody here remembers that. I started that 10 years ago. People still listen to that show, even though we haven't done a new episode in quite a while. And in 2008, which is 8 years ago, I was the first to roll out an online cleanse. Now, everyone's rolling them out. But I was the first one to do it. I don't know if anyone was included in this. That would be interesting if you've been following me that long. We did the New Year's cleanse, followed up by the Valentine's Day cleanse, and which all led to my first book, which has become a bestseller on Amazon in the area of juice fasting. And that's The Complete Guide to Juice Fasting, which I wrote with Bo Rinaldi. And I'm the host of Juice Guru Radio, which airs on iHeartRadio. It's the only juicing radio show on the network, which goes out to an audience over 1 million people. And I've been quoted in major news outlets, ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox, as a world-renowned juicing expert. A little bit about that, or what came before that, was Veg World magazine. I was the founder, and Julie and I were the publishers of this magazine, which has new owners, and Juice Guru has always been part of Veg World magazine. We've always been tied into it, and there is a whole segment from Juice Guru in Veg World magazine. And that's where Julie came into the picture, because Julie, I'm really excited to introduce her. I've never really formally introduced her in my work. She's been a long time behind the scenes in everything I've been doing. She was assistant editor of Veg World magazine. She's been part of Juice Guru and creating the Juice Guru certification program. But she and I, this isn't new. I mean, we go back many, many years. I mean, this picture's from 1985.
Did you mention it's a Polaroid?
It's a Polaroid. You can see the Steve plus Julie that I had sketched in there back when I was 15. You know, it wasn't always this way. We weren't always together.
Right. We, you know, so many times happens, we were together through all of high school, but we drifted apart in college. And 20 plus years later, we incredibly, through fate, I don't know how, found each other on the other side of the country 20 plus years later in LA. And about 3 years ago, we got married.
Yep, 3 years ago. And so, but we've been together. I mean, we've been reunited for
over 6 years.
And so Julie has brought me a stepson. Really, I've talked about this before, and I don't know if you've seen my ebook videos or anything like that. We've talked about how you've really created the circle and reunited the work that I've been doing, and really came into this and embraced it. I mean, you came from health and then saw what I was doing, and you want to talk a little more about that?
Yeah. So, you know, I'm newer to juicing than Stephen, but I've been doing it for quite some time. I'm also in my mid-40s, and we've made juicing the focus of our lives. And as a result, I also have experienced some life-changing benefits. For a long, long time, I had a horrible case of acid reflux. I mean, it would burn in my throat every day after almost every single meal. And I was forced to have to take prescription medication every single day. But with juicing, it went away. I haven't had it for years. I've also gained a tremendous amount of youthful energy. I think I can honestly say that I feel more vibrant, more energetic than I did 6 years ago. And finally, and important to me, I lost about 10 extra pounds that I was carrying around for a long time after having my son, and I have kept it off. And in fact, that picture you showed before, when we got married 3 years ago, I actually had my prom gown that I wore to Stephen's prom redone, and no alteration to size, and I wore it as our wedding dress. So a lot of really great changes as a result of juicing.
There it is. You can see the prom dress. I went back a couple of slides to tune into that to really get the visual. So to, you know, to continue the journey, and like I say, complete the circle. And I had my first book, and Julie and I came together to write my next book, which I know is probably just really puts the exclamation point on everything we're doing. This comes out April 1st. It's Juice Guru, transform your life with one juice a day, boost vitality, increase longevity, and stay slim. And I can honestly tell you from the people that have read it, our editors, I mean, this book, there hasn't been a book like this in the juicing movement. Nothing this thoroughly researched, and nothing. Go ahead, Julie. You want to talk about that?
No, of course, no, I agree. And of course, we're juicing experts. That's why we wrote it. But as part of researching this book, we also became experts in habit making, which is a big part of this book. And we've successfully used the strategies that we share in this book with our friends, family, and clients pretty much all over the world. So that's why we're here today, to share those tips and tricks.
Right. And we'll share some of the tips from the book too. So we'll get into the tips and tricks that you signed up for, making a healthy habit, in a few minutes. And these tricks will work for any healthy habit. You know, we're going to apply them specifically to creating a juicing habit. We're going to explain why that would be, why juicing should be part of any healthy habit. So you might be asking at this point, why should I make juicing a habit? I mean, right, Julie?
Yeah, well, and we can say that in one simple answer. Juice floods your body with more life-giving nutrients than anything else we've ever tried. And that, I'm sure, sounds really good, but what exactly does that mean for you?
And to give you an idea, we put together the top 6 kick-ass reasons to juice. And the first one, I'm going to just jump right into it. Juicing boosts your energy and vitality in a way that won't lead to a crash like you'll experience with caffeine. You know, this is especially true if you have a juice first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, as we recommend as part of the Juice Guru protocol and in the book. And I can tell you, it's juicing that got me off of caffeine.
Right. Now think about it this way. A juicer does the work of essentially digesting your food for you. So you save your body the difficult task and time of digesting your fruits and veggies. And that leaves you with a lot more energy. And when you take all that nutrition in on an empty stomach, like Steve was saying, first thing in the morning, it assimilates into your cells quickly and efficiently.
Well, that means you have more energy to get through the day, to get things done. I mean, I have energy to spare for fun times with my friends and family. And like I mentioned, I was able to get off caffeine. I mean, I was addicted. I was drinking over 5 bottles of yerba mate a day, and I was just craving it. And I didn't know how I was going to get off it. But it's juice that gives me the sustained, clean energy and fuel to burn throughout the day. You know, I'll put it this way. I didn't get much sleep last night. Our dog Henry woke me up in the middle of the night. I had to let him out, and I was up for hours. But it's juicing that's giving me the boost I need to fly right now through this webinar with you.
Right. And I think that's one of the most important things that juicing has taught us. And that is that getting older, as we are, doesn't mean losing your vitality and your energy.
Let's talk about the second reason to start juicing. Fresh juice satisfies your body's real hunger. So regular juicing will help you to stay slim.
Right. If you're not a regular juicer, you may imagine that you're going to starve yourself when you juice, but it's actually the opposite of starving. Your body enjoys more nutrients than it might otherwise get in a few days, a week, maybe even more, but it's low in calories, so it helps you to lose weight.
Well, you know, research shows that about 90% of us don't get the recommended daily allowance of fruits and veggies. That it doesn't even matter what diet you're following, even a vegan diet aren't getting the nutrients, depending on, you know, how much processed food we're eating. So right now our bodies are actually starving for nutrition, and juicing solves that issue.
Right. And as I mentioned earlier, I mean, I had a relatively healthy diet for most of my life, but it wasn't until I brought juicing into my life and have made it such a habit that I lost the 10 extra pounds that I was carrying from having my son, and I've kept it off.
Let's talk about the third reason.
Okay.
So the third reason to start juicing is juicing keeps you healthy before you get sick because it kickstarts your immunity. It wards off colds and flus like nothing else, which it's powerful in and of itself. But juicing also helps us protect against chronic illness, which we're going to talk about in a little while here, just a couple minutes, based on the most recent scientific studies, which is incredible what we've unveiled there.
Right. And, you know, we don't get colds, Steve and I, and we rarely get sick with the flu or a fever. But, I mean, we do have a young son, after all. So we do occasionally get sick. But if we do, we're able to fight it. We find we're able to fight it off within just a few days because our bodies are that strong from juicing and our immunity systems are really strong. We find that oranges, leafy greens, and beets are some excellent choices for boosting your immune system.
Great. We're going up to 6. And the fourth reason here to start juicing 2016, make it part of your healthy habit, is juicing boosts your brain power, like I have here. That means more productivity now, productivity in your everyday life to get through the workday, to create new projects, to connect with your loved ones. Just, we all need that extra energy. We need to be more productive. But not only that, it also protects us against debilitating brain diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. And if you look at leafy greens like kale or Concord grape juice, blueberry juice, and others are scientifically proven to slow down these diseases and give your brain a healthy edge.
Right. Now, the fifth reason for juicing, the fifth kick-ass reason for juicing brings out your inner and your outer beauty. The nutrients in many of the fruits and veggies that you would put into a juice boost your collagen levels. They flood your body with antioxidants, and that fights off the free radicals, those things that will make your skin and body look old, age faster. Carrots, cantaloupe, leafy greens, these are just a few of the fruits and veggies that we recommend for glowing skin and healthy hair and nails. But even more important than your outer beauty, when you feel good, when you're healthy as you are with juicing, you are confident, and that allows you to shine on the inside too. So juicing really does not only bring out your outer beauty, but that inner beauty as well.
And the sixth reason, and we can go on, but the sixth reason is juicing helps us turn back the biological clock. Aging is natural. We don't want to live forever. We're not going to live forever, but it's about the quality of life and having the energy and vibrancy and just to really get through the moment, to be present with you like I am right now. To take a deep breath, which you can too with us. Go ahead and take a deep breath. And Julie's waving me to keep going. Juicing slows the process down, okay? There's a lot of science-based reasons for that, but again, it comes down to the abundance of the antioxidants, which helps to keep your skin, tissue, and brain youthful and free from oxidative damage.
Right. And as Steve said, you're not only going to help increase your lifespan with juicing because of the health, but more importantly, I think you're going to enhance your quality of life. You're going to enjoy it more. You're going to have more energy for it. Now, just one example, I mean, we have many examples, but this might be the most shining example I can think of, is Babette Davis. She's a certified juice guru coach. Now, she didn't start her journey to health until her 40s. Now, today, she includes daily juicing, and at 65, this woman is 65 years old. She looks, I would say, about 30 years younger. She runs a restaurant. She's the head chef, and she has a vibrancy of a 20-something.
So no matter how old you are now, juicing can change the rest of your life. So you might be asking, well, how does juicing do that? And I mean, juice is what's called nutrient dense, meaning it packs a powerful punch of nutrition at a very low caloric price tag or price point.
Now, think about it. A fruit as basic as an apple. It provides proven protection against cancer and asthma. It boosts your immunity. It supports your cardiovascular system. And while you might think apples have a lot of sugar, that's not good for your sugar levels, actually, apples are known to be a blood sugar regulator. Apples are also filling because they're full of nutrients. And while they don't have the apple juice, won't have the insoluble fiber, it has soluble fiber. And when you're satisfied at such a deep level, you lose weight.
Now, consider that just one juice, just one, like let's think of the most basic juice. It can contain 4 apples and half a bunch of superfood, like something like kale. Now, imagine sitting down and eating all this, let alone in one meal or one day, just one day to just consume all this. And you start to see the benefits of juice. You're going to get all that nutrient power packed into the juice. I mean, some of our juice guru recipes can actually fill an entire platter. I mean, you couldn't eat all that produce raw, and you probably wouldn't want to, but you could drink it easily in one sitting with a glass of juice.
Right, and juices, you can make it taste delicious too. I mean, we have so many amazing recipes of any flavor, of all flavors. And we could tell you about juicing all day, but we think the science speaks for itself. So now we'd like to tell you and reveal to you the top 3 recent kick-ass studies on the benefits of juicing.
I had to narrow it down to 3 because Julie came to me with like 10, and I was like, well, let's just narrow it down to the top 3 because there are so many now available, and it's pretty incredible. So Go ahead, Julie. Let's go ahead and jump right in.
Okay, so number one, there was a 2015 study published in Food and Nutrition Resources that found that drinking orange juice, just plain old freshly pressed orange juice every day with a healthy diet, can help prevent chronic disease.
Okay, and we've got another study here from 2009. This study was published in the British Journal of Nutrition that 1 cup of freshly pressed Concord grape juice a day, and it was freshly pressed, not pasteurized, store-bought, or otherwise, or even high-pressure pasteurized, HPP. It helped older men and women with memory decline improve significantly on verbal learning tests, proving the power of grape juice on the brain. And that, again, was in the British Journal of Nutrition.
Mm-hmm. Number three, in 2008, there was a study published in Biomedical and Environmental Sciences, which found that men who drank 3 to 4 shots of kale juice every day during the study, and it was like the equivalent of the amount of kale the average person might eat in a century. Well, they lowered their cholesterol to the same extent as if they had exercised 1 hour a day, 7 days a week. I mean, that's powerful.
You know, we can go on and on listing studies on juicing, which of course we did in our upcoming book if you look at the resources. But it's important to point out that in these studies, and I love this part, the participants didn't change their diets. They merely added juice and they enjoyed these incredible results.
Mm-hmm. Very powerful. So now you have an idea of what juicing can do for you and why you want to make it part of your life. But let's get to the big question and the very reason why we're all here today. How do you do that?
Right. That's the number one question we get. And frankly, that's one we had to solve for ourselves. And like Julie said, become experts in this arena. And we're going to share with you these Jedi habit making tricks right now on how do we make habits? This is something that you can take with you for the rest of your life. We mentioned in the invitation of the webinar, only 8% of us keep our resolutions each year. And it's likely that you haven't been able to do so, or you wouldn't be tuning into this webinar. So we're going to show you a better way to keep your healthy resolutions in 2016 and really for the rest of your life. Okay. So let's definitely make sure the pen and paper is handy right now.
Yeah, this is the heart of everything. So now, without further ado, our top 5 Jedi habit making mind tricks that will help you make a habit that is going to stick. And again, many of these tips will apply to any healthy habit you want to create, but we're going to make it specific to juicing for all the reasons we just talked about. So number 1 Jedi habit making trick: make the right commitment. Now, this first trick has to do with starting the process of habit formation. Likely in the past, you haven't started off in the most effective way possible.
Right. You know, it's easy to say, I want to be healthy, or I want to look younger, or I want to lose weight, or this is the year I'm going to start juicing. And it's really easy to believe that and feel so passionate about it. And how many of us start off the new year? How many of us, when we were kids, started off the school year saying, this is the year I'm going to just stay on top of things and get straight A's. And then, you know, maybe get some B's or, you know, a C here and there, or even worse. I mean, it's more than just the commitment, right, Julie?
Right.
You got to stick with it. When you get seriously busy at work or life, which all of us do, you know, you might feel too tired to clean your juicer one morning. Because, I mean, let's face it, we're all overscheduled.
Right. I mean, stumbling blocks are inevitable, and you have to think about that in advance. The key is to plan for them. And studies show that those who do will ultimately do the best. So we recommend planning ahead, thinking about the stumbling blocks you may face and making a plan for them. And in particular, we recommend using an if-then strategy.
Right. And let's give you an example. This is a good ninja strategy. So let's say if I feel too tired to juice one day, then I will remind myself of the incredible boost I get from juicing, or the weight I've lost. Or let's go back. If I think I'm too busy to juice, then I will make an easy one of 1 or 2 juices like watermelon, apple, or carrots. Go ahead. If you want to type in the box your if-then, go ahead if you've got one, and we'll take a look at that. But if-then, we're thinking ahead, we're thinking what the problem is, and we're going to give ourselves the solution. Mm-hmm. So go ahead and type it in the box. Like, what might some other ones be, Julie?
Let me think. Well, okay, we have a 9-year-old, right? So if my kids seem to be in the way of juicing, then I will include them in the process by making a juice that appeals to them or letting them be part of my juicing. If, let's see, if I'm late for work, then I will make a juice with just 1 or 2 ingredients like watermelon or apple carrot. Let's see. Oh, if I don't have the produce that I need in my house, that happens sometimes. That happens. You haven't had a chance to go to the market. Then I can pick up a juice at a local juice bar or my local health food store. And there are so many of those popping up everywhere. So that's always an option when you're making your if-then plan.
Right. Well, those were just a few suggestions. And let me see. Did anyone type in the box there?
I didn't see any, but you get the idea. And the point is this is counterintuitive. Intuitively, you think you have all the motivation you need to carry you through, but that is where most people fail. It may not make sense to you now to plan for the low points before you even hit them or even start the process. But again, the science shows that you'll be most successful if you do, because then you're going to be ready for those roadblocks when you hit them.
Okay, the second ninja strategy here is declare your commitment on social media. You really want to tell them, you want to get the word out. This is a true ninja trick because you're training your subconscious brain to create a habit. And what do we mean by that? Well, like deep in our subconscious, we all want to appear to others and ourselves even to be consistent with the commitments we make. We find that our friends, family, and clients stick with juicing or whatever their healthy habit is when they declare their intention to do so on Facebook or other social media. You can even tell a friend if you're not online, or even writing it down on a piece of paper and taping it to your refrigerator. Your declaration of "I am a juicer" is the way to get that word out, to make that declaration and to present it.
Right. And what does this look like on social media? Well, as Stephen is saying, you could write a note in your own handwriting because science shows that that's the best way to make a commitment and the best way it's going to stick in your brain, and say that says "I am a juicer," and take a picture of it, sort of a selfie of sorts. Make it your cover photo on Facebook. You could, as a lot of Stephen and my clients do, post pictures of your juices every day. You could post about how well you're doing, your weight loss, your energy level, anything really, any benefit you get from juicing. Post about it. Again, studies show that public commitment of this level will help you keep your commitment to yourself and do it long term.
Well, this is also going to help you become a leader and a motivator among your friends and family to bring them along this path with you. It'll work for anything, like a new workout plan, for example. Like we have an older friend who declared that I'm going to do a push-up every day for each year of my life. And she posted it on her Facebook page, and she made that declaration. Today, she's doing well over 50 push-ups a day. So it's really great to inspire others. In fact, we're going to have a replay of this webinar. It's going to go out into your inbox in probably about an hour after we end. You can go ahead and share that with your friends and family. Get them on the healthy habit with you.
That's right. Now, the number 3 mind trick or habit-making trick that we have for you is to give your juicer and blender center stage in your kitchen. We've all heard that location is everything. And that applies to juicing too. If your coffee maker is sitting on your counter, for example, then that's what you're going to reach for every day by habit. If your juicer is sitting under your counter, tucked away in a cabinet, gathering cobwebs, well, then that's where it's going to stay.
Yeah, actually, when we advise people how to juice on a budget, we suggest looking for a juicer at estate sales, Craigslist, eBay, those kinds of things. Because the thing is, many people buy them new. They put them out of sight in the cabinet. They forget about it. They never use it. So you can virtually, we've had people get almost like brand new juicers that way. But switch it up. Put the less healthy machines you use every week away. Like put away the coffee maker, the soda machine, the microwave, the Fry Daddy. You know what they are. You should have to think about using those things. But put your juicer or your high-power blender, put them both in prominent positions, or regular blender for that matter. And trust us, when it's staring at you every day, you're much more likely to use it. When you see your juicer before you go to bed sitting there right in the middle of your kitchen, you're going to think, well, do I have my produce in the refrigerator for tomorrow? I've got to make my morning juice. So is it in there? Do I have to set my alarm a little early and go to the market a little early and get myself some produce?
Now, trick number 4, we recommend that you use what we call the Juice Guru template recipe, or template for success. Now, this template recipe is available on our website, and after the webinar, you can go look at it at juiceguru.com. But let's talk about it basically and what the benefits of it are for habit making. It uses 5 core ingredients that are used a lot in juice combinations. That includes cucumbers, celery, kale, lemon, and ginger. And then we include variations that allow you to swap out an ingredient or two for a completely different flavor so you don't get bored. So for example, you can take the ginger out and put in cilantro or basil, add a tomato, really make it a savory juice. Take out the kale, put in chard, and you're just going to have different flavors.
And dozens of recipes. I mean, it's amazing how many juices you'll get out of these core ingredients. The other thing I love is that these ingredients are available year-round in most markets, depending on where in the country you live or where in the world you are. You'll be able to get these ingredients year-round for the most part, and they taste delicious, like Julie said. So 3 other benefits to using this template recipe is, first, when you use the same ingredients every day for a week or more, the preparation method, from cleaning and chopping, it becomes like second nature. I mean, you get to know the intricacies of your juicer. They all have little unique things that you get to know. And as you become more familiar, things will speed up, like how to clean your juicer efficiently. I mean, we're at the point now with our Try Best Slow Start where we're able to, we clean in what, 10 minutes now?
Yeah, it wasn't like that before, but it's, again, it's doing it again consistently over and over and over, and the template helps you do that.
So you repeat it, you make it a habit. When you repeat something, you're that much closer to making it a habit. So think about it like, have you ever driven to work and suddenly found that you've exited the freeway and you don't remember really how you got there, or how you did that? Or what about, let's think back to this morning even. I mean, do you really remember the details of brushing your teeth and taking a shower? I mean, generally you might know you did it, but what about the details? You're probably not going to have that specificity. That's like a tongue twister for me, isn't it?
The detail. You're not going to remember the detail.
You start to get an idea of what we mean. I meant specificity.
Thank you.
Specificity. It's a strange word to me. When things get repeated often enough, they become a habit.
Right. Now, a second reason why the template really helps you to make a habit is by using this same template every day with just slight variations if you want them. You don't have to take too many trips to the market, and you're always going to have what you need in your refrigerator ready to juice. And that is a huge bonus, I can tell you. And finally, since you aren't radically changing the juices you're drinking, you won't be tossing out or composting fruits and veggies that have gone bad. So you won't be wasting food and you won't be wasting money.
Right. For example, like if you switch from apple carrot juice on the first day to the next day you're having cucumber, celery, and lemon kale in the juice, and the next day you have a watermelon juice. Well, by the time you get to that point, you might end up with a lot of unused, spoiled produce that is just going bad and you throw it out.
Right. And aside from the waste, it's also a waste of money. And one of the top reasons why people may not stick with a healthy habit is if it starts to cost too much. And juicing shouldn't cost too much if you're doing it right. So using the template recipe, doing the same things over and over, you're really going to avoid that kind of waste. Now, the 5th trick we have for you today is to juice with others. Our motto at Juice Guru is juice, share, love. And to us, that's what juicing is all about. And it isn't surprising to learn that others can drastically affect your actions.
Right. Science shows it's much easier to start and stick to a health program or weight system if you're part of an active group. So we highly suggest involving your partner, friends, family in your juicing habit. Like I mentioned earlier, you're going to get the webinar replay link. Go ahead and share it. Get them on the juicing habit with you. I like to call it the juicing habit.
Right. And even beyond that, it's extremely helpful to be part of a juicing community. And technology today allows us to connect with people all around the world, as we're seeing even from this webinar today. And this helps us to stay motivated. Right.
I mean, I bought my first juicer back in the early 90s, and juicing wasn't as popular back then. I mean, Jay Kordich was just starting the infomercials. It was even a little earlier than that. I had no support. It was hard to stay on track. I mean, ultimately I did, but I wish I had a community to support me. I look back, I wish I didn't have to go at it alone. You know, we've tapped into recent technology to create programs that include a global community. So even if you get your friends to support you, even if you do or don't, you can still get the support you need.
Right. So to start a juicing habit, the best way is through a proven transformation system. And we told you at the beginning of this webinar that we were going to include an offer for you. And this is what we think is the biggest key to successfully keeping your 2016 healthy resolution. And that's our 10-day transformation program, which we call Juicing Survivor.
Juicing Survivor. Yeah, let's talk a little about this. This is something we created with my partner, award-winning celebrity chef and author, Mark Reinfeld, who helped create the transition recipes for this program, the vegan and the raw food recipes, and we'll talk more about that. But let's talk about what Juicing Survivor is. This is a 10-day transformational experience, like Julie said.
Right. It was developed with leading doctors and nutritionists and proven effective on thousands of people that were looking to get into the juicing habit and off that diet roller coaster. Big deal.
But is this for you? Like we said right at the start, it may or may not be something you're interested in. Mm-hmm. If you're looking to lose weight and get healthy and change your life for good this year, then this program is for you.
And after all, that's what this webinar was all about. If you're tired of going it alone and you want to supercharge your health in a fun way, because it's really fun, as part of a tribe, then this is for you.
Right. And if you'd like to end the pattern of yo-yo dieting once and for all, instead of doing a cleanse 3 times a year and then, you know, really ending that pattern, then this is for you. But full disclosure, between the creators of this program, we have over 100 years of experience in the field of healthy living. And 4 of the world's leading holistic doctors sit on our advisory board at Juice Guru. We've worked with hospitals and clinics all over the United States. And there's huge transformations going on with this program. And I can't wait to tell you more about that. Mm-hmm. But what can Juicing Survivor do for you? You can slim down and maintain your ideal body weight in a fun and interactive way.
Mm-hmm. You can prevent and reverse acute and chronic disease, as we were talking about earlier.
And it strengthens your immune system to ward off toxins, radiation, viruses, and other environmental threats.
All in just 10 days.
But let's talk now about the keys to a successful juicing system.
Right. These are the systems that are going to help to keep the weight off, help you stay healthy. And these kinds of systems do 3 things.
Well, we should say, because there's lots of cleanse programs out there, and there's free cleanse programs out there. And how is what we're talking about here different?
Right. So the successful ones, the ones that are really going to help you be successful and stay healthy, keep the weight off. Number 1, they include a slow and deliberate transition into and out of your cleanse. So when you start a cleanse, you should not, and you shouldn't just stop eating heavy cooked foods and start juicing right away. What you need to do is to slowly prepare your body for transformation.
They help to create a lifelong habit, not just a one-time weight loss roller coaster, which is what we've been talking about today.
And a successful juicing system will create a supportive and motivating community for you.
Well, let's go through the keys to the kingdom. I want to give you an overview of the self-paced program, but it's also a global program starting this Monday, January 18th. It's our Global Juicing Survivor Challenge. Julie and I are going to be doing it with you.
Mm-hmm. Some people have already started, right, Stephen? But
yeah, we have people in the program right now that are actually in transformation.
Right. But we're going to start with you if you want to join us on January 18th, this Monday.
Right. I think we might have some people on the call on the webinar tonight that are going through the program, and we'd love to hear from them if they are up, to talk about what they're experiencing. Mm-hmm. But let's give the overview of the program. So okay. Day 1 is cooked vegan. So we're going to eliminate the meats, the cheeses, dairy.
Mm-hmm. All the heaviest of the foods.
Day 2. Okay, now we're going to get a little deeper, right?
Mm-hmm. Day 2 is raw vegan, and that's getting you closer to fresh juice and smoothies because we're eliminating all of the cooked food. So it's easy. It's beginning to be easier for your body.
Day 3 through 8 is juices and smoothies. And then we're going to transition out with the raw vegan and cooked vegan on days 9 and 10. So we're going to get a little deeper, and I'm going to explain to you the modules here, along with Julie here. So first of all, module 1, you're going to get the scientific background and relevance of plant-based foods. So you'll understand where you get your protein, vitamin B12, calcium, other nutrients, and be able to educate others when they ask you these questions that I'm sure they'll ask.
Mm-hmm. You're going to learn how to plan, shop, and prepare incredibly delicious and cleansing vegan food so you can take the guesswork out of days 1 and 10 of the program.
And you'll get inside tips on budget-friendly meals so you don't have to break the bank. And they taste incredible.
Mm-hmm.
We also prepare you for the living food section, so you get everything to demystify living foods. So you have a full understanding of the culinary possibilities and nutritional cleansing benefits of these enzyme-rich foods.
You're also going to learn, just like with the vegan, how to plan, shop, and prepare incredibly delicious raw vegan food, and to make it all easy during days 2 and 9 of the program.
And you'll get budget-friendly protocols, so you won't need expensive equipment and gadgets. You know, you won't need a $400 or $500 dehydrator.
I just wanted to point out, I see we did leave the chat room on, and Bob says he's on day 5 of the program, and the results are amazing. Thanks, Bob.
Well, thanks, Bob. Hey, Bob, if you have your webcam, we'd love to have you on the presentation in just a little bit here. So we'll let Bob get ready with that. Okay, module 2 is where we take you into the benefits of raw juices and smoothies so you can recapture your youthful energy. This is really the part of the program where you can expect huge transformation, right, Julie?
Yes, this is the best part. And we're going to have 3 different levels.
Right, 3 different levels. So you can cleanse at your own pace during days 3 through 8 of the program. So depending on what diet you have now, we've set it up so if you want to go hardcore, you can go all juice. But if you want a second level, you can incorporate an avocado or some chia seeds with your juice to slow down the detoxification process. Or if you're not ready at all, you've just come from the standard American diet and you're just trying this, then we've got green smoothies and smoothies to really make it a more gentle cleanse. So it's 3 different levels. And you'll get important tips for a successful transition back to your regular diet during days 9 and 10. So let's talk about module 3.
This is about getting off the roller coaster, kind of what we've been talking about today, secrets to creating the daily habit, and we'll get more into that in the program.
We're going to show you how to inspire others to start living a healthier life so we can all enjoy this together.
Oh, we lost that there.
And how to stay on track with your new lifestyle so you can continue to experience thriving health and total transformation. We always talk about the roller coaster of, gaining weight and going back on a cleanse, and that's not what this program is about.
No, that's why we have the slow in, the slow out, and the habit making.
And the tips. Okay, so you're getting the exact system we use to transform the lives of thousands and the tools to inspire those around you towards the sustainable and healthy way of living. But what makes this different?
Well, you're getting an exclusive time-tested transition blueprint.
Okay, we've got secrets in the manual on how to overcome emotional eating, because that's a huge part of a barrier that holds us all back.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the number 1 roadblocks. You'll have support of the tribe, lifelong support.
Right. I mean, we have people that go through the program that are going through it several times throughout the year. And you get that for life. So you get our patented template recipe approach for a diet-free lifestyle. So we shared with you the juice protocol, but we've got a raw vegan and vegan protocol template recipes that make it so you can make dozens and dozens of those kinds of recipes as well. It makes it so easy. And they taste really good too. And you get our combined years of experience and guidance all through the process. So like we said, you're going to get the manual. That's included, the Juicing Survivor Program manual. You'll get recipes, the emotional eating guide. You'll also get the shopping lists and a journal. So you can journal your if-thens throughout. You can actually set yourself up with the if-then and get yourself on track with that.
You're going to get tribe community building as part of our continuing tribe.
Right. You'll connect with people all over the world throughout this process. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Julie and I will be with you every step of the way. I'm sure Mark will be popping in too. I don't think, well, actually, he's due to be a dad any minute, any day. So,
So he
we'll
may or
see
may
if
not.
if he can stop in or not. Congratulations to Mark. You'll get coaching for motivation, support, and team building. Let's break it down, Julie. You get the 6-video transformation series that we would value at $250. You would get the Juicing Survivor manual, lifestyle plan, and dozens of specialized recipes, including the shopping guides. Access to our active and supportive Survivor Tribe community, lifetime, and that's priceless. The Juicing Survivor Easy Reference Tools. So we include cheat sheets so you can tape it to your refrigerator, tape it and forget it. So you don't have to log on to figure out, oh, where am I? What do I have to do? We've got those tools ready for you, the calendar, everything, to tape to your refrigerator so it's easy to reference. Total value of that would be $325 just for that alone, but it gets even better. We're going to include our limited time offer here. The half-inspired yoga for the next 100 people that sign up for the program. This is a gentle yoga exercise program.
Right, and I mean, part of healthy living, an integral part of healthy living is exercise. So that's why I wanted to include this. And it's gentle enough to do while you're cleansing and, doing a program like this.
Right, and actually I used to DJ, quite a lot. Weddings, clubs, things like that. And I put together a beautiful mix that you get to download that MP3. So you can use that as part of your own exercise routine, or once you've got the yoga routine down, we've got just the audio so you can just go through it on your own. And that's for the first 100 tribe members only. And you're protected by the best guarantee ever. Okay, so this is our money back guarantee. You can enroll now and go through the program.
Now, you go through the entire program, and if you don't find this program was valuable for you and for your tribe, we'll provide a full 100% money-back guarantee within 30 days of the purchase, and there'll be no questions asked.
And I'll tell you, I feel very confident about this because, we haven't had any refunds on this program and nothing but positive response. So we definitely will honor that, no questions asked. And, it's interesting. Bob is on the webinar here, and this was something he had posted in there. He's going at it. He signed up just before the new year. I'm on day 3 of the 10-day transformation, level 3. I've lost 4.4 pounds so far. I've been vegan for over 4 years, so I'm stepping up a higher level of health. Yesterday was my first raw vegan day. I'm excited to see what happens over the next week. And yesterday it posted, I lost another 3.2 pounds. That's 7.6 pounds, and I'm only on day 4. This is going really well. So I didn't even know Bob, and I personally sent him a message. I said, Bob, we're doing this webinar tonight. Would you come by and unsolicited talk about your experience here? So Bob, let me see if I can get you onto the webinar here. I'm going to invite you as a speaker. Tell me if you received that invitation. And I would love to hear right from you. He's on day 5. So, right, obviously I had the math right because it was yesterday that it said day 4.
That's right.
So I sent him the invitation and I'll wait for him. He has joined the video call and I see him. Bob, I'm going to turn the camera over to you. Hi, Bob. Welcome to Juicing Survivor and the webinar.
Hi, Steve. Hey, thanks for having me on.
Hear you. Let me see. Is his mic? Can you check your mic top of the screen? It might be muted.
Now it's muted.
Now it's what? Oh, no.
No.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Let me hear you. Mike? Oh, sorry.
Not hearing me?
Are we hearing it? Mike? Mic on? It is on.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, you know what it is, Julie? I don't have the volume up. Hang on. Everyone's hearing him but us. Bob?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Thank you. Everyone was able to hear you but us because I had the volume down on my computer. Thank you. We'd love to hear about your experience so far. Thanks for taking the time to come by.
You bet. Hey, it's my pleasure. I'm very excited with the program. I have been juice curious for quite a while, quite honestly, and I've never done raw vegan before. I've been a vegan for over 4 years, and it's really done a lot to improve my health. But I'm about ready to embark on a trip in April. I'm going to do a walk across the country. I'm going to walk 3,400 miles. And so in preparation for that, I wanted to shed in excess like 30 pounds. I also wanted to, experiment a bit with juicing and with doing smoothies and some raw food and just see if that will fuel my body a bit better, for that trip that's coming up. And so that's why I kind of jumped in and started a little early. I started on Sunday. with the cooked vegan day, and which is basically every day for me. So I started on Sunday with that, and then did my first raw vegan day on Monday, and that worked out great. And then I've been doing level 3 Tuesday, Wednesday, and today, and so far I've lost 8.2 pounds, and I'm not hungry. I've got tons of energy. I've continued my workouts. You know, it's been wonderful.
Wow. Well, we wish you luck for the second half of the journey here, and it does get deeper. And thank you for coming in. And you look great. You're glowing. Your eyes are vibrant. And we look forward to connecting you in the Facebook chat room throughout when we start on Monday, and just staying connected.
Oh, you bet. Thanks.
Thanks. Thank you, Bob. Thanks for coming by.
You're welcome.
Well, that's pretty amazing, huh, Julie?
Yeah. Thank you, Bob. Okay,
so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to eject Bob. Thank you for being here, Bob. And well, that's pretty phenomenal. I mean, he's just he's just started. I mean, he's halfway in.
And you want to turn down the volume again? Okay, great.
Okay, so just some other words that have come in from the tribe.
Right, this is from Bonnie Kuntzman. She's lost 10 pounds since beginning the Survivor journey. She has more energy and knows she'll continue to have better health, energy, and weight loss. That's great.
Right. And David Broad said, I've lost 70 pounds through this new lifestyle. Now, he was talking about the transformation program and then what we set him up for success. So I think Stephen Mark's program saved my life, he says. I have so much energy now, and it's great. So this is not just a diet roller coaster where we're going to do a cleanse, lose some weight, and do another cleanse in 3 months. This is a lifestyle program.
That's right.
So here's what you're going to get. We're going to break it down.
Okay, so one more time. You get that full coaching support, the 6-video series, Juicing Survivor Manual, access to our active and supportive Survivor tribe like Bob and others, Juicing Survivor Easy Reference Tools, that bonus #1 Hatha Yoga video series, and our money-back guarantee. And that total value is $355.
Right. So we're not stopping there. The limited time bonus gift #2, what I'm going to this is the end point. This is the explanation point. This is a program that we put together a year ago. It's the Juice Guru Solution app. We rolled it out. It was a $97 program. This is literally a juice coach in your pocket. There are over 100 recipes. You can search recipes by ailment, chronic disease. If you're looking for energy, brighter skin, you can search that way. But not only that.
Right. I mean, you can go through your own programs after this program, and it includes daily motivation and everything that you'll need, daily recipes and things like that.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing, right, did you say the journal?
No.
It's got a journal in there, and you can monitor your progress along the way. You can put in your measurements, your weight, and it'll track. It does the algorithms. So it's got that all built in. It's very that's why we rolled it out for $97, because of what this app can do. Bob, you probably didn't get access yet. So when you sign up for Juicing Survivor, once you're in the membership program, there's a space to put in your name and email, and then within 2 business days, we'll get you signed up for the program. We just revamped it. I've got a program actually working on it into the night tonight, and we're just really rolling it out again. So just be patient, and you're going to have that in your arsenal too. And that's something you can use for the rest of your life. Because you talked about the juice fast, it's got all different programs, right?
Yes, it's got all different lengths of juice fasts. And again, it's got the same kind of thing as we have in Juicing Survivor, with the transition in, transition out, and again, all the motivation you need on a daily basis.
Okay, so that's a lot. This is for the first 100 tribe members only. So if this sells out, it sells out. And that's going to be the end of that. We'll go back to our regular price. So just recap one last time what you get here. It's the 6-video transformation series, the Juicing Survivor Manual, lifestyle plan, recipe guide, the shopping guide. So it takes the guesswork out. You know exactly what to buy in the supermarket. Access to our active and supportive community. The reference tools, the cheat sheets to just hang on your refrigerator. Everything's accessible. The Hatha Yoga video series, along with the audio personally mixed by me that I think you're going to love. And the Juice Guru Solution app, value of $97 for that. And the money back guarantee. So try it. You get your money back. Normally, this would be $452. And I'll be honest, at that price, I believe that this is well worth it.
I mean, what would you pay to totally transform your life and to do it for good? I mean, for me, it's a pretty high price tag.
Right, but we don't want to put it out at that price tag, because to us, the more people that get transformed and begin this lifestyle, the better. So we're putting out this offer to join the tribe now for just $49. Okay, that's less than half the price. That's like half the price of the app itself.
That's right.
Rolled it out.
And it's half the regular price. And we had put this out before the new year at this price, and we talked about it, and we decided that in the spirit of what we're talking about today, motivating people to move forward and to keep that habit, we wanted to, as Steve said, get as many people in as we could. And so we're keeping it at that price.
Right. You can see the button. I just put it up to the right of your screen. We're going to have this available for 24 hours, and you can see the countdown because we've got the bonuses and this special price. We were not going to, it was going to go to that $97 price, right, Julie? This was like a last minute decision to really roll it out at this level, right?
That's right. And it just made me that much more excited to have this webinar tonight.
So here's what you would do next. You would go to the link, check it out. You're not buying when you click find out more. It's the webpage that tells you more about Juicing Survivor, testimonials, everything that's included. As soon as you make the investment in yourself for this new year and join our tribe and get closer with us to our inner circle, you'll get access to the program and the bonus loot. You'll receive a link to our private community tribe. You can sign up. We'll include you. It's invitation only. So once you click the link, we'll get you included tonight. And you'll be able to join our newsletter. So you put in your name and email. We'll send you newsletters for course announcements and town hall meetings. Julie and I are doing this with you next week. So you never know what we have coming around the bend. And we want to invite you to join us for that. So go ahead and do that. And you've seen the incredible offer here, join the tribe. We want you to be part of the tribe. We want you to transform with us. We want you to get access to the incredible bonus gifts we've got included for you. You know, we've got this money back guarantee. So you can't lose. Honestly, we're going to give you your money back if it doesn't make sense to you.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can't lose, but what you can lose is the weight.
What's that?
I said, well, you can lose, but what you can lose is the weight.
I like that. Join the tribe now for just $49. Click the button. You can visit juicingsurvivor.com if the button's not working, but I'm pretty sure it is. And the other thing I wanted to mention is juicers, because we actually are in partnership with TribeBest. We're going there tomorrow to their main offices, and Juice Guru is really in a marriage with them at this point. And we were able to roll out a juicer. So if you don't have a juicer, if you go through this process of signing up and you get to the final page where we welcome you to the program, there's a link there for our favorite #1 recommended juicer, the Slow Start Juicer. Mm-hmm. We're going to give it to you at a price you won't find anywhere in the world. It's the lowest price. So if you need a juicer, that is the way to go. And again, you won't find that price anywhere. That's a limited time for the juicer. That's till the end of January. And then they're taking that offer away. Right.
And what's exciting about this offer and our partnership with TribeBest is that we always use the TribeBest juicer. It's been our favorite juicer. It's been our #1 recommended juicer. It's the one that sits on our counter. So we're happy to be able to share it with our community for such a good price.
Great. So that takes us to the end of the presentation, and we really, hope you got a lot out of this, and that you can refer to your notes. The replay's available if you didn't get everything, so you'll be able to refer back. But we're going to take some questions. If you have anything we didn't cover or that you'd like us to cover related to tonight's webinar, go ahead and type it in the box. Charlie's letting us know the button worked, so that's good. You guys could see the page for Juicing Survivor, and you can join the tribe. But we're here to answer any questions you have about Juicing Survivor, creating the juicing habit, anything you might want to know about the studies that we researched for the book, we're willing to answer. But we'll be doing more webinars based on the content of our book in the future, so we probably like to stick to the content here.
That's right. That's right. But anything we talked about why you want to juice, as well as how to make it stick.
Right. So go ahead and type your question in the box. We always have to remember the delay. You have to think, wow, how come there's no questions? And then before we didn't get any if-thens.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
So, and I did announce at the beginning that the chat room was closed, but I noticed the way the technology has changed with Webinar Jam, the chat box has been open the entire time. So you can't actually, they don't have it where you can turn it off anymore, I don't think. So I'm going to go ahead and type your questions. And you'll see when you type your questions to the left of the box, you can label it. You can label your question as a question. You can either put it as chat or question or answer, or maybe as an administrator, I only have that. So Julie, what do we have? Oh, you know what? People might not realize how to get back to the chat room because it's showing the offer. That's a tab. And if you, let me see. Yeah, there's a little arrow to the right of that. If you click that arrow, the chat room will open back up. And then, oh, below the offer, it says find out more. And then there's a little box that you can type in there. So I know it works. So let's see if we have any questions. And if not, wow, Julie, I guess we were pretty thorough. If you have any questions, I'm surprised.
I see a question from Paul, but I do not understand it. Paul asks, if you live in a big rig, then, question mark?
If you live in a big rig? I'm not sure either. Maybe some clarification on that.
That's right, Paul. If you want to clarify that question, that would be great, and we're happy to answer it.
Yeah. Interestingly, okay. I'm not seeing. I didn't see Paul's question come up in my box. So let me know if any other questions come in, Julie. And if not, actually, do you want to turn on our webcams? I don't even know if I can. I'm going to turn over to you, Julie. You're on camera.
Oh, I am?
Yep,
Oh.
I turned you on.
You do turn me on. So does Juice. Now I see you.
Was that meant to be? And now you can see I've got my headphones on, and you can see this is all done live, right? There's no tricks, no ninja tricks going on in this office, right?
No ninja tricks.
Okay, so we're going to give it a couple more minutes for any questions, and if not, well, we're going to close out and just hope that you join us in the Juicing Survivor community, because really it's the best way to get closer to us and experience real transformation, right, Julie?
That's right.
Okay, I got the camera on you.
Okay.
And then I'm going to turn it right over to our last chance to sign up, and no more questions.
No, oh, do you?
What does it say? Can you
I'm
read it?
seeing that Paul is trying to clarify. How would you go about juicing if you? And okay.
If you live in a big rig? Oh, how to go about juicing if you live in a big rig?
Oh, if you're a truck driver. If you're a road trucker. Okay. Well, I mean, we do have a lot of recommendations for people who spend a lot of time on the road, right? Including well, usually our recommendations are if you're actually staying somewhere. And I would assume if you're, I don't know, I've never been in a big rig. Do you sleep in a big rig?
Well, one of the things I would recommend is you juice before the journey. So in other words, you can choose, depending what kind of juicer you have, we would recommend a slow juicer, or if it's a cold press juicer, those juices tend to last longer. But even if you juice from the slow juicer like we would recommend, and you would fill the mason jar with juice just to the top, as airtight as possible, seal it as tight as possible, put it in the freezer. And then the next day, when you set out on the road, you can have 2 to 4 bottles sitting right next to you and literally just drink throughout the journey. Stay on Juicing Survivor. You can drink. You can actually stay the course that way.
Mm-hmm. That's a great idea.
Same thing with the food choices. It's a matter of preparation, making your meals in advance, and that because we have the shopping list, you would be able to plan, get them as you need, and then make the foods and then bring them along with you.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the only question? I think that was the only question. I'm really surprised, but if there are any more, if you're listening to the replay, then it's going to come into our inbox and we will answer your questions. So just go ahead and type it in the box there. But we're going to go ahead and sign off here. Thank you for being with us wherever in the world you are. If it's evening, morning, whatever, we have people all over the place here. But thank you for being here with us. Paul says, thank you, I'm in. We'll see you on the inside, and we'll definitely, and you can always check in the chat room, the Facebook private page to have more questions answered for more support throughout. We'll be checking in there as well.
Yeah, we're really excited to get to know you and get to meet you. So we'll join you in the chat room.
Great. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to the presentation. We'll be back later in the year with more for you, and we look forward to taking the 10-day transformation with you.
Thank you.